Oh my God, RT checking in. This is my very first video on my 2009 Challenger RT. This is like, I consider my first big boy whip, man, and I love this car. Probably the only thing I don't like about this car is this goofy ass steering wheel. I look like I'm driving a damn Durango or something. Put JBA long tube headers on the car, JBA Midpipes with the cats. H pipe, that ain't nothing really important. I got a HemiFever Tune, which I'm gonna do a review on separate. I got a cold air intake on the car. Let me show you guys my 0 to 60 time in the 2009 RT stick. There we go, 4.8. There you go, right there. I managed to get a 4.8 on Land Rover tires. I'll explain that later, man. I'm rolling around with 255s on the back, 235s on the front, and they're goddamn Land Rover tires. Far from perfect. I already told y'all about the Land Rover tires I got on this sucker. But when I first bought the car, I was at a light, and I had been removed from driving a stick, I'd say, for about 3 or 4 years. And I stalled at the light. And as soon as I got the car, I stalled at the light. Lady whacked me in the back, tightened me up in the rear end, and I got a bunch of black chip marks. But you know, money don't grow on trees down here in Houston, Texas. I wish it did. So I could just grab me some spray paint and tighten it up. Now up close, like this, you know, you can tell, but in traffic you can't really tell that that's been spray painted over. Like I said before, it's got a HemiFever Tune stage 1 for the headers, the mid pipes, cold air intake, all of that hoorah. I added the 345 badge. I feel like that just sets the car off. Like I said, this car is not perfect. It's got some dings in a couple places, but you know, like I said, this is my first big boy whip, and I love this car. Any day with a Challenger shit, any day with a Hemi is a good day. You whip. Now let's get off into this thing, man. You got your 5.7 that I'm probably done putting money into. I'm gonna jump into something new, but just the 5.7. I got my cold air intake. The first day I got this cold air intake, I didn't install it properly. I'm not a mechanic. I was being very impatient, and this little bracket right here, I didn't install this bracket right. So what happened was the pipe actually dropped down onto the belt and caused a big hole in it. But thankfully K&N, you know, the pipe can only cost them 40 cents. They took care of me and sent me another one. I was worried that they was gonna say that it was due to negligence, but you know, they took care of me. Everybody know the pipe costs probably about 40 cents, but you know, 300 out the door. Gotta pay to play. Like I said before, it's a RT. They go to 235s on the front. I need to boss up, man. Some of y'all got some real cold cars on here with some nice tires. I'm rolling around with these Land Rover tires. I got 235s on the front for the stock 18s. 255s on the back, which are Rodian 542. Now I went to a used tire shop, doofus. I went to a used tire shop, and you know, I just wanted a wider tire look in the back. So they gave me these tires, and I looked them up, and maybe a week ago, I've been driving on them for about 8 months. I looked them up about a week ago. Come to find out, they go on Land Rovers. So I've done all of these mods to this car, put this power in. I'd say it's about 400 horsepower. Don't quote me. I know it comes out the factory with 385. I've added the headers, the cold air intake, mid pipe. So I'm guessing about 415 in horsepower, and I'm rolling around on Land Rover tires. Sunroof, that was a must. It get hot down here in Houston, Texas, boy. And I say the only other thing that I did was I put this RT badge on the back. That's pretty cool. The badges all together, the 345 badges and the RT badge for the trunk probably ran me about 50 bucks with shipping. So, you know, not too bad. If I managed to get a 4.8 on these terrible tires out of this car, and it's 100-degree weather, I'm excited to see what this car doing some cool temps with some nice sticky rubber on it. I know 392s, of course my car is no comparison to a 392, but they are rated to do about 4.20 to 60s out the factory, so I'm not too far behind. But I watched a couple, I don't remember the guy's name, I'll shout him out in the description or something. He said something about maxing out these 5.7s, man, and I don't know if I'm gonna put too much more money into it. But I love the car, man. If you don't have a race car, or you've never been into race cars and you want to get into something that's a little bit peppier and got some speed to it, nice sound, I definitely recommend getting one of these Challengers, man. Just start with a 5.7. You don't need a Hellcat. You don't need a 392. Just start with you a 5.7.